Hey, how's it going, everybody? So today I'm going to be showing you how to install and run and set up an Apache Web Server. An Apache Web Server on a home desktop is used for multiple reasons. You can host your own website, you can access your desktop remotely, you can do a number of things. It just depends on what you're looking for, but I'm going to show you how to do a basic setup to get you started and how to go in and change the settings and preferences to your liking. So let's go ahead and start. What you want to do is you want to go to Google. You're just going to type in Apache Web Server. I'm going to go ahead and click on their main link. From here, you're going to go to Download in the top left. And if you're running a Windows 10 desktop, what you want to do is you want to go down to Files for Microsoft Windows. And from here there are multiple options of downloading and other servers. What you want to do is you want to go to the Apache Lounge for the one that we're looking for. We're not going to install like a PHP or a MySQL server or any of that stuff. We're just going to do a basic Apache web server. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Windows 64 version. If you want to know which Windows you have, you can go to Start down the bottom left, type in System Information, and click on the first one. System information is going to look something like this, and you can see right here in the system type is a 64. If yours is a 32, select this 32. We're going to go ahead and hit this link right here, and it's going to start downloading. Once it's completed, we're going to go ahead and open in the folder, and we're going to extract all. And I'm just going to go ahead and extract it to my documents. And hit extract. Alright, so it looks like it is right here, Apache 24. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy this file. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, hit copy, and we're going to go down to PC, this PC, and we're going to click the local disk, and we're going to go ahead and drop this in the local disk. Once that file has completed its copy, we're going to go ahead and go to this PC, right click, hit Properties, and in the Properties you'll see you're in the System, and you're going to go ahead and go to Advanced System Settings. In the Advanced System Settings, or the System Properties, we're going to add an environment variable. And you're going to go down right here, and you're going to select Path. And we're going to hit New. Oh, we're going to hit Edit. So you can see all these paths, and we're going to hit New. And then once it prompts you to make a new path, we're going to hit Browse, and we're going to select drop down this PC, do the drop down for the local disk, drop down for Apache, and then select the bin folder. hit OK. Then hit OK, OK, and OK. From here, we're going to go ahead and go into the command prompt. I have mine pinned right here, but if you go to Start, type in command prompt, right click, run as administrator, and we're going to go ahead and type in httpd k install. And this is going to go ahead and install the Apache service. Once command prompt gets done running its service, it's going to prompt you with a Windows Defender firewall has blocks and features. Go ahead and select what you want it to communicate with. I'm selecting private networks as home and allow access. Now we're done with this step, and we're going to go ahead and correct the service so it can be started. So you're going to go to Start, you're going to type in Services, go ahead and go into Services, and what we're looking for is the Apache 24 service, or 2.4. What you're going to want to do is right click on this service and hit Start. Once you've started that service, it should say status running. And from here, we should be able to go back into our browser and type in localhost. And then that's it. You've successfully installed the Apache Web Server on your local host. Now, from here, I want to show you what you can actually do with the Apache Web Server. So we're going to go ahead and go into the File Explorer, go to this PC, go to the local disk, and go back into that Apache folder that we added in there earlier. And from here, we're going to go into htdocs. And you'll see a file called index.html. Now, this is the file that is prompted when you type in the localhost on your browser. And it says it works. So if we want to manipulate that file and create a simple local web page, we're going to go ahead and edit this file. So I'm going to edit with just Notepad. So I'm going to open it with Notepad. You should be prompted with this. Just a very simple text file, HTML text file with, the HTML tag, the body tag, and a header tag. So we can go ahead and manipulate this if you know HTML and add just pretty much anything you want. So if I wanted to add just like a paragraph, you just add the tags, type in the text, and then you're going to go ahead and hit save. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave this open and go back up here. And when we refresh the localhost, you'll see that hello world, the header tag I edited, and the paragraph tag. Now you're probably asking, well, how do I give other users on the network access to this localhost folder, or this file, this website that I want to build, this Apache Web Server? Well, there's a number of ways you can do it, but the most simplistic and basic way is what you want to do is you're going to want to share your IP address with them. To find your IP address, you're going to come over to the command prompt, which I showed earlier. I'll go ahead and show it again. Go to Start, command prompt. You don't really need to run as administrator for this part. And you're going to type in IP config. /all. And you're going to see a lot of numbers. You're going to see a lot of things. But what you want is you're looking for your IP address. So for your local area network, this is the address that you're going to give those other users that are on your same network. So I'm going to go ahead and select it and then hit Control-C to copy. And if you come back over here to the browser and you just type in those numbers, you're going to get prompted the same thing, hello world. Because when those other users access your computer, it's going to redirect them to that file that I showed you earlier, the index file on your Apache Web Server. And this is how you can share lots of documents. You can go in here and you can actually make more of these HTML files if you want. And you can create one called, just for an example, images. And if I want to go in and edit this file for images, call the header images, and this is just a test image page. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. So there's your second page in your Apache Web Server htdocs. Now they're going to go by default into the index HTML. So if you want to share another page, then you're going to have to edit the text. If you want to share that other images page, you're going to have to add that link. So here's some more HTML. I'm not going to try to get in the weeds with this, but just to give you an example of how you can build this simple website, we're going to go ahead and share a link on the page, and it's going to look something like this. So we're going to use this tag A and href, and we're going to reference the images document that we just created. And you don't really have to put too much detail into it because this is just a very basic web server. So that's pretty much all you need. Now if you want to create like just like a link, we're going to go ahead and type in images again. So there's the link. That's what it's going to look like, the button. And just go ahead and close the tag. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So we're going to go back to our hello world page. I'm just going to go back to the local host. And you can see that we created a new page and it has the images link. If you go ahead and click on images, it'll go to that second page that we created in the documents called images.html. And it's just a test image page. And say you actually wanted to add some images in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a picture. Let's see if I can find a simple image. Okay, here we go. So here's just a background image that I have, and I'm gonna go ahead and edit the images.html and actually add that into the page. So I'm going to do a simple tag image. We're going to do a source, and the source of the image is going to be the image title itself. So I'm going to go ahead and refer to the image. And then if I want to actually give this a title as well, I can call this just background. And then close the tag. Oh. Go ahead and hit save. Go back to our images. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh. And then you can see that I added this giant, huge image, and I gave it a title in the bottom left called background. Now you can go in and you can edit this all day and just create all these magnificent links and just create a nice big website that you can share on your local. But the cool thing about this is you're not really installing, you're not dealing with a full-fledged server, all the hardware components and stuff like that. You're just dealing with your desktop PC, and it's just a simple way of creating a website that you can share locally. But if you want to actually broadcast this on the internet, you can, but the catch is you need a static IP address from your ISP that is designated to your desktop at home and no one else. You have to actually reserve that. A lot of ISPs nowadays don't let you do that unless you have a business. Some will. It just depends. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, I definitely contact your local ISP that you get your internet from and just ask them, can I reserve a static IP address? And when you reserve that static IP address, someone can get on the internet and just type that IP address in, and they should be able to access your Hello World page and your images page, and you have a website, and it's that easy. If you wanted to actually create a URL, you would have to go through and register your domain with websites like GoDaddy, like this, and purchase the website address. They got a lot of offers here. Start for free, and register that domain. And when you register that domain, it should give you the option to actually link that domain name to your IP address. And once that's linked, you can type in, your localhost.com, whatever you registered, and it'll go right to your website on your desktop, accessible by the internet. So that's just a basic guide, step-by-step tutorial on how to install an Apache Web Server.